And what happened with Black Sabbath? We all ended up junkies and alcoholics and everything. Like the drummer ended up in a rehabilitation centre. I did for a while, and in the end, disaster happens. It's inevitable to happen, disaster, because it's like drugs. They were okay at the time, but we outgrew them, you know. We just, you know, we took LSD, we took cocaine, we took vast amounts of marijuana. It was fun at the time, but then we all just sort of thought this ain't a very good idea anymore.
So you have a more stable life now?
No.
Okay, all ready to go? Let's get started! I'll start the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wednesday Cool Stream, 5 p.m. Central Time Zone. Prudent. We missed last week. I apologize for that. But I've been hard at work on a new video and new kinds of videos. We're trying to catch up to the 2025 here in the YouTube sphere. And your old boy Hikiko is trying to grasp short-form content. But before we get into all of our news, I want to give my shout-out. So shout-out to Alex, Smeem Boy, one of my favorite PS3 games, Rip Ozzy. Frog Minutes, we got Gun Plus Skate in here. Thanksy, heck yeah. And MD Chaos, we got Miguelito. Wouldn't it be a better idea to stream Deadly Premonition? Yes, so it's always a good idea to stream Deadly Premonition. How's it going, everyone, on this Wednesday? This solemn, sad Wednesday. But it's not all bad. I think out of all the rock stars, Ozzy had a pretty good life. He had a good turnaround. Even towards the end, I think Ozzy really pulled it all together and just went out with one great bow. I believe his final tour, I think it was called Back to the Beginning. His last tour, he raised over $119 million for charity. and he performed. He performed one last show before it was curtain call. And I've been a big, I mean, who isn't a Black Sabbath fan? Who isn't an Ozzy fan? But I like Ozzy in various capacities. I think he's not only a really interesting musician, he's always had like a great sense of humor about himself and his eccentric behavior. Usually, I mean, like he had Parkinson's, but he also had kind of like nervous tics and stuff as a result of his drug use, his prolonged substance abuse. But he's always, he always kind of was lighthearted about it, and that's really emblematic in the show The Osbournes. He was a reality TV star for a good 4 years or so, and I was a young guy when The Osbournes was on MTV, the music television, and he had a foot in both. He was still producing music. I think he just produced a new album, just like David Bowie, the last year of his life too, with Black Star. But the Osbournes, I actually sat down and I watched a couple of episodes last night, and it's still funny. I think the way they edit that show would be really entertaining for like the TikTok and Instagram Reels generation, because it's just like short little funny moments within the Osbournes' life. There's not really too many continuing story threads, and it's just like Ozzy dealing with like day-to-day inconveniences. In a lot of ways, the Osbournes was like Curb Your Enthusiasm. I'm sure there was a lot of it that was reality TV. A lot of it might have been scripted, but Ozzy has so many funny stories about his life, and I just spent like last night reading about it, things I've never heard about. But I've always been a fan of Ozzy throughout, and I never got to see him live. I did get invited to Ozfest one year, and I'm not sure why I couldn't go, but I regret never seeing him. So if there's any legends out there, appreciate them while you got him still alive. So Brutal Legend Baby, says Nav. Gardenbeck, rest in peace, Ozzy. Everyone's R.A.P. Ozzy. Yeah, his last concert, I did watch a bit of that, and it was good. It was, I mean, as I said, he was in the throes of Parkinson's disease at the time, so he had to be seated for the concert, but that really didn't stop him. Like, his voice was still really good, and he still gave as much energy as he could. Like, he did a full set list from his chair, and it was great. And now this is there's a lot of privacy surrounding his death, but the big rumor is it was kind of a planned situation, as in like he went through a euthanasia assisted suicide thing while he was still here and capable and stuff, and he didn't want to prolong, I guess, the inevitable, which is kind of cool. I think that he knew exactly when his time would be. It was on his schedule. He put out a charity concert, blew the roof off, $119 million for charity, and he said, okay, on this day I'm out. And I just think that's cool. Some other rock stars, they don't ever plan it. I mean, you don't really have a long shelf life as in that business, as it were. So rest in peace, Ozzy. The Osbournes birthed modern reality TV. I would say, to a certain degree, it was very ubiquitous during the time. Like, generations old and young, everyone sat down and watched the Osbournes for I think it was like only 3 seasons, but it was a good 3 seasons. So we are playing a game. I think this might be the only game that Ozzy Osbourne actually cameoed in. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like, I know his music's been featured in other video games, but we are playing today's game, Brutal Legend, released in 2009 by Double Fine, aka Tim Schafer's company. I'm playing the worst version of it, okay? The PlayStation 3 is the worst representation of Brutal Legend, but even at its worst, it's still pretty good. And I'll get into why it's not the greatest here in a moment. But I've got all my copyright protection things all figured out, and I'm gonna have to turn down the music. I'm sorry, so everyone can enjoy the stream. So let me know how it sounds, if the game's too loud or what, but I'm gonna let the intro and stuff play, so let me know if you can hear the game before we get this going. I'm gonna get some headphones on. This I feel is Tim Schafer's best work. Jack Black is the star, and he has the title screen. I'm just gonna let the title screen play.
I'll show it to you, but you can't tell anybody else where it is, okay? Deal.
Can you guys hear this okay?
They keep it way in the back with the really rare stuff. Hey, what's up? How goes it? Good to see you. The kids who work here don't know where it came from, of
Thank you.
course,
Thank
but
you
need
for
to be
letting
the
me know
old
about
timers.
audio things.
None of them bought it, so there's no tracking number. As far as they know.
You can hear the game, but I
it's
can't
just
hear the
always
game.
been
What's up
here.
with that? Volume is low, though,
Okay.
when I'm talking.
This is
Okay.
where they usually keep it. Uh-oh. No, did somebody buy it? Oh, man! I would have bought it myself, but I just felt like it was too big, too valuable. Like the kind of thing one
I'll
man
provide
should
some
possess.
context for this moment here in a minute.
Okay. You sure you're ready for this? Because what I hold in my hand is not just gonna blow your mind. It's gonna blow your soul. Go ahead. Open it.
Okay, so this is Brütal Legend. The title scene, this is like the UI. You can actually interact with this. Tim Schafer hired Jack Black for this because Jack Black was a fan of Double Fine's other games, in particular Psychonauts. And I absolutely, somebody said Juan in here. I agree with you. Such an aura opening. It's phenomenal because like it has that spirit of the live action, but it also kind of mirrors that music as a legend, or the like the ancient secret forbidden album kind of thing that Jack Black, he's from Tenacious D, Pick a Destiny, and a lot of his work kind of captures that essence of music as magic, music as world-changing, life-changing kind of things. And what can I say? But in the days before Chicken Jockey, I love Jack Black. I still enjoy some of Tenacious D's earlier music. I haven't listened to anything more recent, so I can't comment. I think they've been broken up. But it was kind of cool. This was back in 2009. Games were still, finding their footing in terms of being taken seriously. And Brütal Legend is one of the first games that I remember that just had a jam-packed cast. Like there are rock legends in here. You had Jack Black, who has a foot in both rock legend and actor. And I think there's nobody more perfect for a game like this. Like this game wouldn't be the same without Jack Black. And so I know he's now Minecraft Steve in the minds of many, but to me he was Eddie Riggs. Now this intro right here, this is the title screen. If I hit square, by the way, for the downloadable content, Brütal Legend has been delisted from the PlayStation Store. I believe you can only purchase it on Steam right now. And I know maybe some of the music might be missing. So if you want everything with all the music and everything, I wouldn't recommend the PS3 version. Get the 360 version. So once you press start, they open up the cover. And this is all interactable stuff. So you can continue, or he moves the vinyl sleeve and you can start a new game. We're not going to be starting a new game just because it takes a while to get going. But we'll do a little chapter select. You can go right. There's the back of it where you can select the chapters. He takes out the record. There was a multiplayer mode on Brütal Legend. I don't know if it's still active on Steam, but I never got to play it. And half of the budget went to the multiplayer mode, and both of the DLCs have something to do with multiplayer. So if anyone's ever played it, let me know. I'll have to get this on Steam. You can take out the record. You got the options. Now, Brütal Legend allows you to turn on and off the gore. I keep the gore on. because it's a metal game. I will have to turn the music volume down a lot because, unfortunately, copyright flagging. But the voice acting's good. The sound effects are great. And then, you know, you got your basic controls. Can't really fine-tune those. And then game. It'd be funny to play in French or Italian. I'd love to hear what this game sounds like then. But it's got profanity. If you hit this button, everything's in bloops and bleeps, censor beeps. So it sounds like South Park. Anyway, and I think... Oh, is this extras? This is probably, yeah, concept art. And Tim Schafer had been working on this idea since like way back in the 90s. He came up with the title for Brütal Legend before anything else. And he wanted to make something that was somewhat like Full Throttle, but a bit more adult and brutal. But yeah, you have the entire storyboards, concept art, all of that packed in. It's a they also had like very different concepts for characters. Like at one point they had Ronnie James Dio on board, but I guess there was some legal issues that prevented him from going on there, and then he died like shortly after. So if you're a fan of music, heavy metal and stuff, Tim Schafer picked out over 100 tracks. He hand selected every single one of them for here, but you can kind of see like this has that caricature, dream, like, I don't know, wild style that Double Fine's known for. And I think this, even though it's got its problems, I feel Brütal Legend is like one of the most realized visions in there. I mean, this is just categorically a Double Fine joint. Okay, enough of that. Let's get into the game proper. So we're going to go to the chapters here. It saves in increments, and you can like pop back to any part of the game. So I'm 8 hours in. I'm racing the Reaper. There's a big war going down, and I'll try and explain what the heck's going on here. The loading times are killer on the PlayStation 3, and I have a solid state in my PS3. But that wasn't too bad. I've installed it to my hardware. You can kind of see here that everything is inspired by like old Megadeth and Iron Maiden albums. Like just like, you know, walk around the game world here. By the way, how's the volume coming in? I know the music's not there, but I'll try and turn it up a bit. You have you're gathering. Eddie here is the protagonist, who is Jack Black. This kind of plays like a Legend of Zelda game. There's no jumping in it. Eddie kind of gets around by foot and by a custom car called the Druid Plow, and he's trying to overtake or reclaim the world from like these dark forces. That's run by a guy that's played by Tim Curry. And so the game starts by Eddie here, who's a roadie. He dies and he ends up in this metal world. He's kind of brought back to life by this metal that he wears around his neck that also ties him and his bloodline, his lineage, into this metal world. And he's going to save like this hot goth chick from Tim Curry. And in order to do that, he has to kind of unite all the various factions of metal together. So you see all these people, like you've got big stud collars with tiny heads, and they're part of your military. We're about to do a war. And then like you have like these big metal beasts, and I think you can ride some of them. Like you learn songs like Ocarina of Time to like summon things. So I'll show you what I mean here. So right now I can do the battle cry that like invigorates people. I can I can summon my Druid Plow. I can also summon animals that I've hunted, and I can do the face melter. But we'll do a solo just to kind of give you a taste. So you don't have a steed per se, but you have the Druid Plow, and you can get around and you can customize this, and we'll go visit Ozzy here in a minute. But I just wanted to kind of show you what it's about. There's a lot of racing, and the racing isn't great, but you can also get like turrets. So my turrets here are lightning bolts, and I'm fighting panthers with fucking laser beams that they shoot out. And then I've got like these flaming unicorns coming at me. And you can hunt them very much like Red Dead Redemption. It's a living, breathing world. This is the PS3 version, by the way. If you want to get it on console, I'd recommend the 360. There's faster loading times, higher texture qualities, and also like no screen tearing. This game has a problem with lag, I'll say. But you can, you know, go around and help out your soldiers, and you get like little experience points, and there's side quests. I'll give you a taste of the map here. So the map is select. So like this is the world so far. I haven't unlocked like the bottom portion yet on this file. I 100%ed this game on 360, but every time I play this, I can't put it down. It's one of those kind of games. And all these little forge areas here are where Ozzy is. And then there's like just various different parts of the map. And if you see these like little black dots, that's your side quest. So I got a hunting mission, I've got a horde mission, and I've got an protect the troops. And then over here we got a big war. They call the wars the tours. So like you're touring like like a musical act. And because Eddie himself, like, he's so well developed. You know, it looks like a silly game, but every bit of Eddie is explained in a lore sense, and he uses his fundamental knowledge from being a roadie for a band. I think it's called Cabbage Head or something. Being a roadie, all of his roadie knowledge comes into play for winning these grand wars, like within the world. So, we'll drive around. Should we go see Ozzy? 1 in chat if we should see Ozzy. 2 in chat if we should go to war. So I'll leave it up to chat here. So 1 in chat if you want to go visit Ozzy. 2 in chat if you want to go to war. And today's drink, I'm not going to chug too much of it, but we got a Monster Rehab peach flavor. If you don't know, Monster Rehab is like one of my all-time favorite drinks. It's a mixture of tea and an energy drink. So... so the game music, hold on, Miguelito says, so the game is about music, but you have to turn down the music? Yeah, on YouTube I do, unfortunately. Tim Curry's in it, yes. One of his roles before he had the major stroke. Ian says, amazingly, the Steam version is completely intact. That's good to know. I'm going to get the Steam version after this stream. 1 in chat, everyone wants to go see Ozzy. Okay. So we'll make our way to the Forge. Now, this isn't like Death Stranding. Okay, it's not as easy to navigate. If you have the DLC, by the way, which I can't buy for the PS3, if you have the DLC, it actually adds a GPS to the Druid Plow. The base game doesn't have a GPS, but the DLC does. So go figure. But this was back in 2009, so this is, a few years after the 7th generation hit, and it was a I just miss games like this. Like, it's open world to a degree, but it's not so overwhelming. Like, it's actually manageable. Like, you can beat Brutal Legend and 100% it in like a couple of weekends at best. So, sorry, I'm getting turned around here. So we need to look into the sky. So where you see that light is kind of where it's at. It's hard to see. So you get around. You can get around on animals too. You can unlock panther. You can ride like laser panthers and stuff. So we're gonna go visit Ozzy. I'm gonna turn it up a bit so you can hear his dialogue. And he comes out of the lava.
Have you pleased the metal gods?
Oh, F in chat for Ozzy. he did
What you most desire.
he did all of his takes wonderfully. He's got some good scenes in this. Like he's not much of a gamer. Like he was in a World of Warcraft commercial once. But I think this is like the best utilization of Ozzy you could have ever gotten for anything.
Keep the old gal in tune.
So
Maybe it's time you had
yeah,
your
he customizes everything. So your axe is your main weapon, and it's also your guitar. Double entendre here.
Keep the old gal in
Oh wait,
tune.
is it a separate
Maybe
thing? No,
it's
he
time
actually
you
has a
keep the old
guitar.
gal in tune.
My bad.
Maybe
So
it's
you have
time
a
had your
battle
axe
axe,
dipped.
you have an
Keep the old
actual
gal in
axe,
tune.
and your guitar
These
strings, like you
come
can
with a
get
free paint job, I should mention.
various
Maybe
customizations.
paint
Like
comes
it's
in
so
many
crazy
flavors.
the amount of
Watch out
stuff
for
you
this
can
one.
do. And then there's also
Very
DLC and shit. But like each one of these has special properties. So this one burns enemies. This one cuts them up. It's very gory.
It's
This
good
one
for
will
you.
give you health back because it drains souls. This
The more
one,
you use the better
it
gets.
increases the more blood is on the field, or the more enemies. So like it's a good combo weapon.
Watch out for this.
This one increases your defense.
Huh, where did
that's
you say
your
you found
standard.
that? This one's a troublemaker.
This one I really like. I use the chain lightning because it attacks like enemies in a row. But since we're on the
It's
stream,
good
let's
for you.
let's
Slash and
let's
burn.
do the soul
It's
sucker.
good for you.
Well, no. Let's do the eternal
Slash
fire.
and burn.
How about that? No, razor's edge. Let's make it gory. And then your guitar
These
strings
strings come
also
with a
have
free paint
certain
job, I
properties
should
too.
mention.
So I have the brawlers. They increase melee combos. This one has cooldown reduction, so you can play solos quicker.
Not
This
sure that
one
thing's properly
increases your
grounded.
shocker. So if you have the shocker, it pairs well with that.
They're hard,
Pyromaniacs
you can handle it.
increases pyro.
That'll
Super
really
shakers,
get their
knockback.
The
But
best
we're gonna
things
do the brawlers here because I'm just doing a melee build. You can paint the druid plow. There's all sorts of skins and shit you can get for this.
That's great.
Wagons of Bones looks pretty good. I might get the
That's
Wagons of
great.
Bones. I don't want to spend anything just yet till I've seen what I can buy.
Just a little extra
Your
something
weapons,
deadly.
this is stuff like Mario
These
Kart.
blow
You can
out
drop
the-
behind
these
you, so
really
you can
help
drop
with
mines if you're in a
tailgate.
race.
These blow out the
This
pretty ugly flames.
side flames.
These speakers
Subwoofer
really pack
is
a
pretty
punch.
funny. It can knock enemies like off the pathway. So
These
I think I'm
blow
gonna
out
do
these blow
the
out-
mine
these
dropper
really
though.
help with tailgating.
Oh, you can also
Just a little
summon it
extra
during the
something.
war. So
Blow out
actually, I
something.
might need.
Just a little
I
extra
think I'll
something
just do the
deadly.
side burners.
Now,
Primary
here's
weapons, I have a
very
bolt
great.
thrower. You got
Someone
missile
could really do some
launchers.
damage with that.
You
Not
got
Charles,
turrets
eh? Very
and
good.
heat-seeking homing missiles. I think I'll go with the heat seeker.
Yes.
And then,
Try and cover a little. If one is good,
You can
care to make
upgrade
your
the
mark on the
Deuce.
wall? Yes.
So I've already got the full
Try and cover
upgrades
a
on
little
it
dull
right
there.
now.
You sure you
Faster
don't want the
maximum speed.
protection the
You could
longer
also
the
add
last?
an actual plow to it.
Driving can be
So we've got a
little dull
ramming
there.
device.
Don't you care to make
And then
it
you can
happy?
buy
These
these
are a lot bigger than they
effigies
look. That looks
of
like
all the
some
different
watch out for
characters, and
that
they
one.
appear in the Mount. There's a Mount Rushmore
Oh, that smells
location.
better
It's
than
like
the
a small
other.
little
That's
thing.
real
Like you
good.
can
Now
get Lemmy
that's
from
real good.
Motorhead on there. He's also in the game. Special
I've got a couple
attacks.
of moves I can show you.
That's just like your combos,
It's
your
like a
combo
prickly
meters.
fountain that kills people. Maybe it's time you
All right,
had your
I think we're
keep
good.
the old galley. We can buff out the
Let's,
stretcher while we're at it.
Let's get some new paint. I wanted to get
The way, oh my God, shiny.
the Chrome
I don't
Vengeance.
like my reflection in there.
Make it
I'm not
shiny.
really that fast. Something to keep
All right,
yourself
Ozzy, see you
down the
later.
road.
Okay, see you later, Guardian of Metal.
I want you to go fucking crazy out there. Do you hear?
I think Ozzy, that's a real costume Ozzy actually wears at a lot of his shows with all the little stringy bits on it. Okay, so we're gonna go to war now, and let's test out. I've got like a mortar on this, and we need to just go around the corner. Now the PS3 version, as I said, it's not the most pretty version of this game. Like if you have a PS3 and not a 360, it'll do the job. But I've been told that there's a horrible memory leak issue So the longer you play Brutal Legend in one session, the closer you get to the game crashing on you. So I hope that doesn't happen on stream. But if it does, we'll just reset and continue on from that way. But the game auto saves a lot, so I think we'll be all right. All right, let me turn down the volume just a hair. Yeah, this game needs Twitch stream. Twitch stream. Well, I don't know what you mean by that. You want me to stream it on Twitch? I'm not a Twitch streamer. I'm a YouTube streamer. It's the only platform I know. All right, here we go. Here we go. Oh, wait, that leads me right back to where I was. We want to go here. So yeah, if you buy the PS3 one and the 360 one, I don't think you can buy the DLC on anymore. So I'm being told that the Steam version has all the music and everything intact. So it's probably like $10. I can't imagine it being too expensive. But I don't think this will ever get a remake. It definitely won't get a sequel. I think that ship has sailed. But then again, Psychonauts 2 did, so never say never, I suppose. I'm on my mission objective here. Okay, so once I do this, we're going to go to war here. So before I do, I just want to read some chat. Hey, what's up, BioPhoenix? Hello, everyone. The legend will never die. I'll show you guys what the licensed soundtracks are here in a moment. Okay, let's do it.
For death. Which is waiting for us down the road.
Now I'm about to play the most divisive part of Brutal Legend. People absolutely hate the RTS segments. And many people believe the downfall of this game was because of these moments here. But they're okay. You just have to really know how to manage things. So I guess we're just doing a convoy starting out. So I just have to provide support for the convoy. And I may have picked the worst weapon for it. So remains to be seen. It's like a little escort mission. I guess it does have a bit of homing. So I got to protect the convoy from these flaming unicorns. But hopefully you'll start to get a feel for what this world is like. It's a gorgeous game, no matter what you play it on. As I said, it's my favorite thing Tim Schafer has ever made. And he's made some great things. I will not take anything away from him. Like, he had a rough period where he was just like making indie slop for a bit. He was like making a Cookie Monster game. He was making a lot of what I call CalArts hot dog nose indie games, like Broken Age. I was not a fan of that. Jack Black's in that as well. But he has like Grim Fandango and Full Throttle under his belt. Grim Fandango is like based on Dia de los Muertes, the Day of the Dead. And it has a lot of like Spanish iconography, Spanish death iconography. And he also incorporates a lot of that into Psychonauts. I would say maybe Psychonauts barely edges it out. If I had to pick my favorite Schafer game, it would probably be Psychonauts, close second Brutal Legend. I feel there's some rougher aspects of Brutal Legend that just hold it back from being the best. But I wish the sequel would have come to pass. There was a sequel in the works, actually. They had actually started development on Brutal Legend 2, but the money men kind of prevented that from happening. So if you don't know, Brutal Legend was... The concept was formed in the 90s, and then he had actually started his company, Double Fine. They had a Activision, the Call of Duty guys, had funded the initial development of Brutal Legend. And they put a lot of money into it. I think it was in the tens of millions of dollars. Like maybe not as much as Call of Duty. Like we're talking like maybe $70 million. And the game had gotten pretty far in development before Tim said that they pulled the plug, and he didn't want to give up because his team was like very, very close to getting it completed. And there was a lawsuit between Activision and Double Fine, and I'm not really sure what the particulars were, but they reached some sort of settlement that allowed the game to continue production, thankfully. And unfortunately, he got out of bed with Activision and he got into bed with EA. And EA kind of forced him to rush a few things. Oh, we've got the new wave goth war going on now. We are fighting your girlfriend, essentially. She fell into what they call the Sea of Black Tears, and she became a goth girl, and she's a bit evil. She reminds me of that chick from, what is it, Boss from Hell? So in these moments here, you and your troop, you have to play music to like invigorate them. So you got to play a bit of a support role, and once you do that, it invigorates your crew, and it allows them to like get all pumped up and stuff, and they can take out all these enemy vehicles and stuff. It plays a bit like Gauntlet in some sections. So I'm trying to like destroy enemy spawn points, and also like get my caravan to go to a different spot. But I also have my ex-girlfriend here, or my current girlfriend, possessed girlfriend, trying to prevent me because she's been possessed by the Sea of Black Tears. She's a baddie.
Probably just did that to escape getting whacked by my dad.
Oh, and Eddie, Jack Black, his father has kind of a Sparta from Devil May Cry origin story. So Eddie's kind of like half demon somewhat. He can turn into a demon during some of the war segments, and it helps him fly around and manage troops and stuff like that. I haven't played Psychonauts 2. I need to. I unfortunately played the Rhombus of Ruin, and I was not a fan of that. I think, and I'm not dogging on anyone, but I think Rhombus of Ruin was just like a cash grab to help, get a bit more money for Psychonauts 2. So I'm not mad at that fact, but it just didn't click with me at all. Okay, so we're in a new part of the map. We just unlocked... we're getting pretty close to end game, I want to say. Like, maybe the end game area is this black spot. But we've unlocked a couple of side missions, so we can do, like, waves of enemies. And then over here, we can ambush enemies and protect the troops. They're basically two sides of the same coin. While I got you, I'm not going to play some of this music because of copyright reasons, but the tour book here can tell you like everything. Like you can learn about how everyone works, and there's so many things here. So like it's got a rich lore to it. Eddie has a lot of different combos too, which I've got to remember how to use. The melee combat isn't anything too sophisticated unless you're playing on a harder mode. You have solos that you can play, which are your Ocarina of Time music things. Face Melter's good. I'm going to do a Face Melter when I have the chance. And then, so you can like learn about the different areas. Like each spot has its own lore. And I believe I am... Yeah, these are just like little things in the world. Okay, where the heck is the music? I think I can change up the playlist, or at least show you what's on there. Stats. So this is where I'm at in the game. I'm 78%. Fire tributes are the dragons. You unlock these dragons. There's over 100 different albums, 107 different songs to unlock. And I'm not sure how you customize that, but I'll figure that out eventually. Anyway, so let's go do a mission. Let's go help out one of our metalhead friends.
there'll be some attacking hordes soon?
Yeah, the dark water keeps calling them, you know? We gotta keep people away from it.
Hook me up. I'm ready for
Hook me up.
Oh man, me too. See anyone coming?
Oh.
Here comes some more.
Is this the tower defense thing? Okay. I think I've got all my controls inverted, but that's okay. I'm essentially doing a mortar deal here, and then you can point your troops over to where the enemies are. So this one is a less sophisticated version of the tower defense or the horde mode, so you can still get pretty fucked up quickly if you're not staying frosty. So your guys have like very basic AI, and you have to go. I think they make a My Chemical Romance joke because this game came out like right after emo was on the downswing. So a lot of the guys you're fighting in this particular area are modeled after Robert Smith from The Cure and My Chemical Romance. So if you're a fan of them, this is the map for you. This is the gothic area for you. Nero says this game probably got greenlit because of how hot Guitar Hero was. The art is very similar. Funny you should mention that. So the lore goes, one of the reasons why Activision canceled Brutal Legend is they feared that it would interfere with the sales of Guitar Hero, which is bizarre. And I think there was a certain, like, Eddie was set to appear as like one of those avatar characters that you could play as, you know when you play Guitar Heroes and you can have those like little rock guys. Eddie was gonna do that, but then Activision canceled it, and then so like Tim Schafer and Double Fine had to go find a new publisher, and so they eventually ended up at EA, and I believe EA owned Harmonix at the maybe they still own Harmonix, and then so all the Brutal Legend content was shifted over to Rock Band, and you can still buy the Brutal Legend pack for Rock Band. So Activision's loss, I guess. Yeah, MD Chaos says, does anyone miss the Rock Band Guitar Hero era? I would say my buddies were like really big. I came from the DDR era, okay? I played DDR. I played like Guitar Hero, man, like that, Parappa. Those are my rhythm games. So when Guitar Hero came out, like, yeah, I'd play it at a party or whatever, but I wasn't ever adept enough to, I don't know, get real serious about it. I have friends that are pretty good, like, they played Dragon Force Through the Fire and Flames, and I could show you some like really silly things my friends got up to back in the day. But I always thought Guitar Hero was kind of lame, and Rock Band was cooler because you could actually learn some practical skills. Like if you got good at drums at Rock Band, you could actually transfer those same skills to the real world and play in a real band. But I guess whatever works. Whatever's a good gateway into music, I guess can't be all that bad. But there was another lesser known music game that was called Rocksmith. It was called Rocksmith, and Rocksmith was like the only game that allowed you to plug in, like you could take one of these adapters here and plug it into a USB adapter, which would plug into your PS3 or your 360, and you could actually play real guitars and real instruments on Rocksmith. And I always thought that was cool because you were actually learning to play on real instruments. And I played a bit of Rocksmith. I'm not the best guitar player. I dabble, but I'm not good at it. But when I felt I feel weird saying this because I'm a big gamer. I do a lot of things that are surreal facsimiles of things you can do in real life. I play games like Guitar Hero, and I kind of turned my nose at them. I was just like, just learn to play real guitar is my opinion on it. So Rocksmith was that. They allow you to do that. Okay, so let's move around the new map. We gotta hunt some beasts and just kind of explore things. One of the side objectives is to hunt particular beasts, and if you tame the beasts, and you tame them by slaying like a certain number of them, you can actually summon them whenever you use the Call of the Wild lyrics, and then we can kill these emo guys too. Eventually the emos will join us. Smeen Boy, you tried playing Rocksmith. Oh yeah, there was like Rock Band, Beatles. Oh, there was like, what was it, Rock Band or Guitar Heroes Beatles? I know they were. I think Rock Band secured the Beatles, and that's like one of the biggest gets you can ever get. Even Ozzy cites the Beatles as his like biggest influence. I watched a video of Ozzy meeting Paul McCartney for the first time, and it made me kind of sad because like Ozzy, you could tell it like the inner child was coming out of Ozzy Osbourne. Like he was like, "Oh, hey Paul, how's it going? It's such an honor to meet you. When I was younger, you meant everything to me." And like, Ozzy was telling Paul like his favorite album, and like he likes some of the B-sides. Like when you're a fan of something, when you're a fan of like music, there's always a B-side or an album that maybe the artist was ashamed of. Like, for example, Weezer, they hate the album. Rivers Cuomo hates the album Pinkerton, but Pinkerton's like one of my all-time favorite albums. I think it's a work of brilliance. But Rivers Cuomo is ashamed of it. And I feel like maybe Paul was ashamed of Sgt. Pepper's or something like that, and Ozzy was a fan of it. Oh, I'm such a huge fan of it. And then like Paul was just like, oh yeah, well, hey, didn't you rob a house? Like he was bringing up Ozzy's crimes, like his dark side. And it like kind of made Ozzy sad as, a lifelong Beatles fan and meeting his idol for the first time. And I just kind of had a different opinion of Paul McCartney watching that clip. Now, maybe it's not what it seems like. Maybe like he and Paul were cool. Maybe it's like the British stiff upper lip to kind of break each other's balls. Sure, whatever. But you can tell that like Ozzy had a respect for all the greats. Like I don't think as much as like a wild character as he was, he didn't appear to have an ego. Like I've never really heard Ozzy shitting on other people and stuff like that. He had his spiffs back in the day. Like he had a dark phase for sure, but I think he definitely redeemed himself and ultimately turned out to be a fairly good dude. He fought his demons. And I think all the great artists have them for sure. And as I said, like I know friends who've been to his shows and said that like he was nice to meet. There were two people when Ozzy died I had to check in on. You know how like when you got boys out there that are really big fan of something, and then like their hero dies or the idol dies, and you're just like, hey man, sorry to hear about your idol. The first two people I went to go check on. Number one was James Rolfe, the angry video game nerd. I went, and sure enough, James had posted a Polaroid photo of him, like when he was like 17 years old with Ozzy, and Ozzy sitting on the throne, and James is right up. Two legends meeting. So I checked in on James, and James had a little tribute for Ozzy. And then I also checked on Cobes. And I think Cobes, King Cobra, JFS, was really fucked up over Ozzy. And I had to turn it, I had to look away. Because, he's spiraling today. So hold Cobes in your heart today. Because it was real tough on him, I bet. Yeah, King Cobra JFS. I'm a longtime Cobra fan, but I will say that modern day Cobes is kind of hard to watch. We're in late stage Cobra territory here, unfortunately. Okay, so let me show you one of the collectibles here. Look at this, by the way. The sense of scale in this world, like Double Fine really like if you look at old metal albums like your Merciful Fate or your Iron Maiden and Megadeth and shit, like they really captured. You've got mufflers coming out of the ground like stakes, and then like big green things. Like each area, it's a very seamless world. It kind of flows in one through the other. But this here is the collectibles. There are these entombed dragons, and they'll unlock things like concept art and music, and then you have to strum them. You gotta boom, and you get a gift from the dragon god after you've unleashed a certain amount. So that's kind of cool. It's a fun little thing to collect. Psychonauts had a lot of that. So if you like good Banjo-Kazooie style collectathons, Psychonauts, Brutal Legends will scratch that itch. But what I respect about Brutal Legend is it doesn't overdo it, I feel. I think there's a good balance. As I said, you can complete Psychonauts, you can complete Brutal Legend in the span of about a weekend. But I think Psychonauts is a bit more harder to play. Like, I don't want to say it hasn't aged well, because I grew up on those platformers, and I think I can navigate them just fine. But I think if you're looking for a good entry-level Psychonaut, or good entry-level Double Fine game, Brutal Legend will fit that bill. You can get... It's easy enough, except the RTS segments, except those. But they're not terrible. So I'm just kind of exploring around, taking a look, just taking in everything before I get into all the other stuff. Oh, we can learn a new song. So let's go over here and see what we got going.
Oh, I hope it's a good one.
What's our new song? Okay, bring it home. Summons a massive flame. Oh, it's the Led Zeppelin. Okay, this is something you can summon during the wars. It just creates a kamikaze Zeppelin. And I think he just automatically does it. Can I summon it right now? Oh my god. Right here. Okay. There it is. It's a huge, ridiculous summon, and it just rains fire and brimstone down upon the map. It's so fucking silly. It's so good. It's like Bullet Witch tier with that. Yeah. Nero says the giant wall of amplifiers, right? Yeah, there's a giant wall of amplifiers. If you've ever seen Mad Max Fury Road, the wars are not too dissimilar from that. Like, this predates that, by the way, Fury Road. I wonder if George Miller played any of this. These are another unlockable, these little telescopes here. They give you kind of a better view of the map and the world around you. Hey, what's up, world-renowned Geohound? Hope you're doing well. Guys, I do have a new video coming out this week. I know I've been teasing it, but my real life has gotten crazy all of a sudden, so I've only been able to put out a couple of shorts and a couple of streams, but we are anticipate a new video, and I'm going to start making more short-form content. I've got 2 new short videos. One of them's about Stop Killing Games, and one of them's like a quick little overview of the Retron 5. And I'm gonna start making short form content's not easy. I have a newfound respect for all those TikTokers out there, because confining your content into just 3 minutes, it's a constraint. It's a creative constraint in a lot of ways, and it's not easy for a guy like me. I'm used to making longs. I'm a long guy, long in the tooth in many regards, but I'm starting to appreciate it, and I had to upload one of those videos twice because I was like, oh shit, YouTube won't count it as a short video if it exceeds 3 minutes. And we're talking even to the millisecond. If it goes over a millisecond of 3 minutes, it won't count it as a short. So I'm just getting the hang of these things. So forgive me. Forgive me. If it's not your cup of tea, that's fine. It separates shorts into a different category. So I'm going to have 3 forms of content. We'll have longs, which is what I normally make, a lot of longs. I make streams, which has its own tab, the live tab. And then we'll have shorts. So we'll have like a few forms of content. I'm going to do my best to kind of hang with it all, you know. That's a different arena. I don't know if I'll do clips. I think I'm going to right now try and keep shorts to be original content to give you a reason to check it out. And it'll be either like whatever hot topic that I'm going to rant on, or maybe a cool thing out of my collection. Things that just won't typically fit into their own video. So I hope you appreciate that. And if you like shorts, I'm adding to the brain rot pile, as it were. So, sorry. I'm making the world a little bit a worse place with that kind of stuff. Zap Brannigan's in here. Bullet Witch, there's a game I haven't thought about in a decade. Yeah, one of my oldest videos is a review of Bullet Witch. It's made by Kavia, who made Nier, so I wanted to check it out on that basis. It's a silly game. It's not good. It's not terrible, but it ain't good. The physics engine in it is so silly. Like when you cast a spell and it's like giant meteors raining down from the sky, or tornadoes that just fuck up the entire world around you. I like those aspects. So we're going back to the emo realm here. The My Chemical Romance zone. I just slayed all these different beasts, so I'll be able to summon those bat demons.
Through the woods, a girl came.
Let's that over here is a story mission, so let's do this little side quest. We'll do a little side quest, and I hope this gives you a taste for Brutal Legend. Like, if you have your doubts about it, it's like it's hard to say, but even though Brutal Legend's a Western game, I feel like Tim has a lot of respect for Japanese game design and Japanese game designers, and he has such a unique vision of things that I feel like he's an auteur in his own right, and he's earned his flowers. He's certainly earned his place among the greats. He has a lot of unique things under his belts. Like, he did have a period in time like where he had no money, and he was just like trying. Oh shit, we died. It just says "dies" in the subtitle. He had a period in his career like where he had no money, and he had to like resort to making a bunch of indie stuff. And his indie stuff isn't the worst, but like Costume Quest and Broken Age, like that stuff isn't my cup of tea. What is this? I think his most recent game is Psychonauts 2, and I don't know if he's making anything else. The problem with guys like Swery and oh yeah, he is friends with Swery. I do recall that he made a promo video for The Good Life. I was like, oh shit, Tim's gonna play this? I don't know if Tim Schafer's ever played The Good Life, but he showed up. He showed up for Swery, so props on him for doing that. We're gonna walk around on foot. The sense of scale is wonderful, and I commend Tim. Like, this is a really bold move to have like almost no user interface. In 2009, it was very like the temptation was there to make everything QTEs and health bars and things like that. But this really allows you to kind of take in the atmosphere, and it's got good vibes. It's got good aura. Unlike anything else ever made, really. I can't say that Brütal Legend has an equivalent out there. There aren't too many heavy metal games that I can think of. Correct me if I'm wrong. One of my other favorite metal rock operas is Guitar Man. Guitar Man. Shall I do it?
You win!
That is ripped directly out of Guitar Man. So I have an affinity for what this game's trying to put down. Oh, Costume Quest? Like, Costume Quest is a cute game for sure. It's a weird, like, turn-based RPG, neighborhood, haunted, like, trick-or-treat simulator. It's got that going for it. It's got a good concept, but I wouldn't call it among his best. And then, like, he put out a Connect game. He put out,
Hang on, little dragon. I'll pop that.
he put out,
Give
like,
me a sec.
Cookie Monster Once Upon a Monster or something. I'm getting all the extra stuff. So we just released a dragon. We're unlocking concept art and albums. And I can also summon the Druid Plow. So we'll get that. Just so we can navigate a bit better. Yeah, this is Ocarina of Time for metalheads. That's the best way I can sell it. So if you like Zelda, this is heavy metal Zelda with a kind of bizarre RTS component. I heard the multiplayer's legit. If the servers are still up, or if they're peer-to-peer, I'm not aware. But I know this game is still hosted up on Steam, so I'm going to have to give that a whirl sometime in my life. But I 100%ed all the other aspects, like the story and all the, you know, exploration bits. I really dug into it. When this game came out, I was super broke. This game came out when I was in college and shit, and I had no money. I had like negative money back then. So I had to rent this game. And I regret not buying it until later, because I think this game, I don't know if it turned a profit. It just barely made its money back. There was a lot of money that went into it, but it's from two different sources. It was from Activision and then the EA Partners program. And I guess Activision's problem with Brütal Legend was like the reason they wanted to cancel it and sue Double Fine was because Tim, his team didn't make this deadline. And, you know, auteurs, when you got a big idea and a unique concept, it's kind of expected that you're probably not going to hit all the deadlines. Like, Double Fine's a very ambitious company, and you got somebody that's like making this big metal world and like doing this big RTS thing. Of course it's gonna of course it's going to go over budget and over time. Okay, so we're gonna make this Metal Forge rise from the ground with a solo. So here we go. We should have some new unlockables too. But I love that. I love how music, it just plays into everything in this world. Unapologetically. Oh yeah, and King Diamond, you can see there, I unlocked some King Diamond. Merciful Fate and King Diamond's probably my favorite metal band, if I had to pick. Black Sabbath's up there. F in chat. All the flavor text and stuff that they wrote for Ozzy, all of it hits. All of it's just so funny. And you can tell this was Tim Schafer's childhood dream realized. He got to meet all his idols. So fuck it. Even if the game didn't turn a profit or whatever, and he didn't get to make Brutal Legend 2, just the very fact that he was able to get all these legends together for this, and including Tim Curry, who was from Legend. So let's see if, I think if there's a star, we might have some new stuff. This is what we have equipped right now. Faster speed. I think I can only equip a certain amount. Maybe. Yeah, because like there's two different things here. It was either listen to the thunderous sounds of Titans or yeah. Okay. There's so much shit in this game to unlock. I do like the black tier. Just I like that it's just constantly crying. That's kind of cool. But we'll switch it up. We'll do the chain lightning because I am about to go to war, and you want to get the strings that match the axe that you have. So we are gonna do the high voltage. Danger! High voltage. And then we'll Ace of Hades. That's pretty cool. Laser Panthers. I like this one. The Man-Eater's decent. But we'll do the Valkyrie. Because we're like a Norse god with all of our lightning powers. Alright. Say bye, Ozzy. Go fucking crazy! Okay, I'm gonna show off some of the war segment, and I'll try and explain how it works. By the way, what I love about Brutal Legend is it's kind of like Red Dead Redemption. As I said, this was 2009, so it was like making this like living, breathing world. You'll see NPCs and like some of your troops just riding about, fighting monsters, and you can help them out too. So like I'm gonna support my troops with these mortars. And you don't have to do this, it's just like a fun thing you can do. Helping them out. And you get bonuses for helping out your squad. And those experience points you can cash in at the Forge to unlock so many things, guys. And I'm telling you right now, this game has really decent progression. But it can also be broken in some aspects, like the Face Melter song that you learn like will kill an insane amount of things. I'll have to show you the Face Melter. What is this? Is this... Oh, yeah, this is like one of the lore components here. So, like, if you want to learn more about the world, you can unlock these thingies that tell you about the area you're in. Yeah, they got Black Sabbath, Ozzy solo stuff. They got Motorhead, Dragon Force. It's a banger playlist. Yeah, like Tim Schafer, he got everyone on board. He got his dream playlist on this fucking thing. He got all of his favorite rock stars involved, except for Dio. Like he originally had, I think Dio was originally going to play Ozzy's role, or he was going to have like a larger component to the story. He might have been the antagonist. Which is funny because, like, Dio... Like, if you've watched Tenacious D, which is Jack Black's band, he has a movie called Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny. And the whole beginning of the story is, like, an origin story of Tenacious D. And they had this kid in Tenacious D that looks like a spitting image of young Jack Black. It's so funny. They dub over it, like Jack Black dubs over this kid who looks just like him. And he comes from a town of Kickapoo, which is in Kansas. I've actually driven by Kickapoo before, and every time I've had to, I think about Tenacious D. Anyway, a poster, like he grows up in a conservative house, and his father is Meatloaf, that Meatloaf from Rocky Horror and Meatloaf, the band. Bat out of hell himself. And his like conservative father spanks his ass with a belt and tells him like no more music, and then like he slams the door and there's a poster of Ronnie James Dio, and He tells him that he needs to leave and head out to California and start his band. I really like Pick a Destiny, but if you want a good movie that pairs with Brutal Legend, you gotta watch Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny. It's really, really funny. So that's officially the Brutal Legend movie, is Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny. Yeah, Meatloaf. Meatloaf has been in a lot of movies, but everything he's been in, he's nailed it. He's like in Rocky Horror. He plays the boyfriend, the ex-boyfriend that comes in on the motorcycle in that, and then he gets killed by Tim Curry. By the way, like, Tim Curry's in this as well, so you have Rocky, not Dr. Frankenfurter himself in this. Like, as I said, you can't find a more perfect cast than Brutal Legend. So we are gonna ambush and take out hordes of enemies. So I gotta help my troops and do all these combos and stuff. We gotta kill all the Robert Smiths and the emos and stuff like that. And it can be kind of tough. Like, I don't know, like, the battle system is not super well refined. It's like your basic hack and slash affair. But I'm gonna show you, you know, some of the ins and outs of it. So you have some, like, staggering combos here. So I can cast some. I was getting killed by that spider back there. But you have another chance to redo it. One of the things you want to do starting out is act like a mage. So you want to do the solo to beef up your troops. So anyone who's nearby you, you can see all their weapons are going to be beefed up. So that's very important to do. And then we're going to summon that Zeppelin we just got here. So playing Eddie like a mage is really to your advantage in all cases. There's almost no downside to spamming everything. So let's call the wild. Let's call all the forest creatures. And the forest creatures are going to come out too. And I'm really going to break the game's frames. And then so you can do long range attacks here. And you've got like this lady with the parasol here. She's from like Japanese what is that, yokai lore. So there's a bit of Japanese metal or Japanese yokai haunting influence in here. That's a foe. So we're gonna use I got the Lizzies on my side over here. These chicks with the hair, they're kind of like your long-range snipers. So that wasn't too bad. That was a quick little ditty there. And that's you know, the meat of all the side quests. Each side quest you do either gets you experience points, it unlocks a different part of the world, or it gives you some sort of thing that will make your life a tad bit easier in navigation or some other form. Biophoenix says Tenacious D is hilarious. Dave Grohl is the Devil's great. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Foo Fighters. I think Nirvana's okay. I'm not a huge Dave Grohl fan. I hate to say this out loud here, but Dave Grohl is like Reddit personified. I don't know what it is, but his publicist got in good with Reddit for a very long time. And his shit, like he's got a couple of good songs that I like. I think everyone universally likes Everlong. Okay, but There Goes My Hero. Or The Best. Yeah, The Best of You. Ironically, I kind of dig it, but I would say, like, his music is just okay. Like, he has a few good thing. I think Nirvana would probably be more of my Dave Grohl project. Yeah, I kind of liked him more as a drummer, but I think his behavior or whatever, like his charity, his stances on things, are what he's most known for. Like, he was, for a period in time, lay Reddit good dude, good musician kind of thing. Like, near where I live, there was like this controversial church group called the Westboro Baptists. Like, they were the guys that would go protest soldiers' funerals, or if there was like any sort of gay culture, if there was like a gay pride parade, like the Westboro Baptist Church would be out there with like very inflammatory signs, and like if somebody would die and they were a soldier, like they would hold up signs that would say like all soldiers are burning in hell and things like that. And one of the things that happened where I live in Kansas City, Dave Grohl, the Foo Fighters, were playing at one of the arenas, and the Westboro Baptist Church heard about Foo Fighters coming to town, and so Dave Grohl bought like a big parade float, and he wrote like a whole country western song about fucking him and the other bandmates in the bum. Like a little Brokeback Mountain ditty that he wrote, and he played it specifically for the Westboro Baptist Church. So I thought that was pretty funny. Any chance to dunk on them's cool in my book, but I would say, like, overall, I get it, but I'm not a huge fan. I think he was funny, though, in Tenacious D, playing as the devil from Legend, but not my cup of tea. Nero says, talking about Meatloaf, are you a fan of Streets of Fire? It had music by Jim Steinman, who wrote a lot of his stuff. Oh, yeah. Streets of Fire is really good. Underrated musical. Rick Moranis is in that, too, and he plays kind of like a douche. But, yeah, Streets of Fire is wonderful. If you want to know what my favorite musical is, I'll tell you. It's Little Shop of Horrors. I like Rocky Horror as well. But Little Shops of Horror is... I used to do musicals way back in the day. Believe it or not, I've been in a couple of musicals. I've done like community theater and stuff in my city. And I love musicals. And one of my dreams to perform was Little Shop of Horrors. And I'm not saying it's out of the picture. Like, old Hikiko might, dust off the old shops and audition for something, but I would love to be in Little Shop of Horrors one day and just contribute to it in some form. Yeah, I absolutely love Little Shop. You'll be a dentist. Steve Martin's character is pretty good, but I would definitely like to play Seymour. It's supper time. Yeah. Never had the opportunity, unfortunately. I've been in a few really interesting musicals. I'm not going to tell you all the deep lore on this stream, but maybe one day I will. But I used to be a singer way back in the day. I'm not the best dancer though. I've got white boy rhythm there, but I really enjoyed it, like way back when. And I have got a great appreciation. Musical theater is kind of a dying art form in general, but I've been to a lot of different. I went to like an Evil Dead thing. I went to a Night of the Living Dead thing. Anything that's horror themed, I'm a fan of it. Back when I was in college, there was this musical that not many people know about called Repo the Genetic Opera. It stars Paris Hilton, and she's actually pretty good in it. And it's about people that rent organs and stuff like that. If they have organ failure, you can get like genetically modified. Like if your eyesights are down bad or you got a bad heart, you can lease out organs. And then Repo is about this guy who works as a repossessor for these organs. So if somebody doesn't pay up, he has to go and take them back. And it's got some really good costume design and good music. It's like it's not the best musical, but it's a cool concept. Okay. If you're a big fan of Tenacious D, you might recognize this cameo here. That's right. You got Jables and you got KG. Let me get really close, see if you can see his head. They just pasted Kyle Gass's head on this, like, disproportionate body. This is peak Schaeferism on display here, but I'm going to turn it up for KG.
Hey, what are you defending here?
Because I'm just trying to keep people away from the Sea of Black Tears. You know, for their safety. It's a Sea of Black Tears, man.
All right. Summon Fiery Death is the name of the mission. So we're going to help out Kyle Gass here. I'm not sure what the mission's all about.
Yes. I thought you'd never ask.
Okay, on my mark.
On my mark. Is this a race? What are we doing here? Oh, we gotta... It's just like another defeat all the enemies kind of thing. Oh, okay. So, I have to find out where the horde of enemies are. And Kyle Gass over there, he's got that big mortar cannon. And he's going to fire on my position. So, we've got to find where the enemies are. And, I think I'm a little late. They're already surrounding me. Yeah, so I can't really do anything at the moment because I let him get too close to the cannon. But let's see if I can redo... yeah, let's abandon the mission real quick. Because you have to, like, head them off first. And then, like, before they get close to the mortar. Otherwise, they'll attack him and destroy the mortar.
Are you really here to help?
It's so fucking silly.
Hey, let's team up again, you and me.
Yes. I thought you'd never ask.
Hekiko's a theater kid. Yes, a Swagmaster. I've been found out. I think all your favorite YouTubers have a bit of theater kid in them. You know, from a soul sense. I sure hope in no other sense. Alright, let's figure out where all the enemies are coming from. Because I can't... Oh, here they are. Here's one. Boom! That's how it's done. So I've got to really turn the camera around and make sure the enemies spawn at weird locations, and they're kind of hard to see because the PS3 draw distance is awful, unfortunately. In some cases, in Brütal Legend's case, it's really bad.
Oh, hello.
Oh, there they are, there they are. Boom! And then the rest of my crew will clean them up there. But my guys are cleaning them up. Some of these side missions aren't that intuitive, unfortunately. It's just like, go here, aim the thingy. So, woo, bam. I don't think there's collateral damage, so you don't have to worry about frying your crew. Yeah, this is one of my favorite things Jack Black has ever done. Like his Tenacious D project, of course. I love him. I love, like, if you ever watch the television show, it's funny all throughout, and they have some really funny songs. I mean, they're good musicians, but they're also, you can appreciate them in the same sense that you can appreciate Weird Al Yankovic. I can't necessarily blame Jack Black for becoming, like, the movie star that he is nowadays. Like, he kind of has been phoning it in since, like, Nacho Libre, I think. But he does have some good performances. Like, if I were to recommend, like, a more serious Jack Black role, there's a movie that's really underrated called Bernie. I'd recommend Bernie. I think he shows up in Cable Guy. Cable Guy is like one of my favorite dark comedies. But he's been around for a very long time. He's even in like a couple of episodes of the X-Files, I believe. But he's a solid guy. I can't dog on him too much, okay? But I feel he kind of did phone it in for a period of time. Like, he did Gulliver's Travels. He did Year One, which is like the biggest piece of dog shit I've ever seen. Don't watch Year One. Sadly, that was like one of Harold Ramis. Harold Ramis was Egon from the Ghostbusters, but he was also a director for a period of time. I think Year One was like one of Harold Ramis's last films, unfortunately. Year One is like where Jack Black and Michael Cera play cavemen for some reason. But he was also R.L. Stine recently in the Goosebumps movie. And I've got a funny story about R.L. Stine. A kind of sad story, but when I was a kid, Goosebumps were like the Pokemon cards of their time. And also Pokemon cards kind of started when I was a kid too. But, you know, every period in time has a collecting thing that kids are into. I think right now kids are collecting Labubus, and they're still collecting Pokemon cards. But Goosebumps were kind of like a huge deal when I was a kid, and I'm a horror head, and I read religiously. I don't read as much now. Like, I read like a book a month nowadays. But I read Goosebumps, and I collected all of them. And I was part of the Goosebumps fan club, and you'd get like a monthly newsletter and a magazine. There was like a Goosebumps magazine. I had a glow-in-the-dark Goosebumps backpack. You know, I was single mother race, right? You could tell. But I had it all, man. I was decked out in all the Goosebumps drip. One of my favorite shirts that I owned growing up was like this really bumpy, warty texture Goosebumps. It had like a big G on it. It was green and gross. It looked like vomit, and it had all the textures on it. I loved it. And my mom found out R.L. Stine's mailing address. I don't know how she found it, but she somehow, through her connections, found out R.L. Stine's mailing address. So she had me take all my Goosebumps collection. There's this photo somewhere out in the world where I have all my Goosebumps books spread out. I have my backpack, my Goosebumps strip. I had a Skelly. Skelly is like the mascot of Goosebumps. Like, he's like the skeleton with the mohawk. I had my Skelly hat to the side. I looked like the most 90s kid ever. And my mom helped me like write down how much R.L. Stine and Goosebumps meant to me. And I wrote out this long letter to R.L. Stine, and my mom took a Polaroid photo of me in my fucking Goosebumps strip, and we enclosed it in this letter to R.L. Stine. And I waited like a couple of months. My mom mailed it out. I waited a couple of months, and R.L. Stine rejected my fan letter. I'm not kidding. Like, his secretary or something just wrote back the most generic one paragraph thing like, thanks for your letter, but R.L. Stine does not read any fan letters, and please don't write again. It was something very clinical and very to the point. And my mom read that to me. It was like the biggest, like, let down, never meet your heroes kind of thing. I was like, oh fuck, what an ass. And then from that point, I just like gave up on Goosebumps. I don't know what it was. I just lost all interest. I was like, oh, okay. And so when Goosebumps had a resurgence, I unlocked that memory of like that one time R.L. Stine crushed my dreams. But it taught me a valuable lesson. Never be that kind of passionate of a fan. Like, don't be a fanboy of something and try and like impress the creator of something, because they just don't give a fuck most times. Like, you think you have a high power level in Goosebumps? I've seen 10 other kids that have all the limited edition glow in the dark t-shirts and Goosebump kicks. So, like, you think you're some hot shit? I don't think so. Next. So I wish I could find this Polaroid. I wish I could find this Polaroid that my mom took. I think the only Polaroid that existed went to R.L. Stine, and the fucking secretary just tossed it in the garbage. But I had some cool drip. I'm going to go through eventually my photo albums, and if I find that, I'll post it up on Instagram or some shit. I've got some funny, like, early Hikiko photos that I found, like me as Sonic the Hedgehog, and me as like Bart Simpsons, and me as a Power Ranger, and like me playing some like old video games and shit like that. I've got all that. But that R.L. Stine photo, you son of a bitch, if it's out there in a garbage dump, or if maybe he just has it somewhere lying around. R.L. Stine, if you have that photo of me, I'd like that back. Don't be that guy from Perfect Blue, says MD Chaos. I won't. We got a little flashback of Eddie and his girl before she got turned. Is there a sex scene in Brutal Legend? Hold up. I don't know if I could... Partial nudity. I think there's just like the implication of sex. I don't want Visa to take down my stream and block all Hikiko's payment processors. Patreon.com/Hikiko. Super chats are welcome. It's been a good stream so far. We are sitting at an hour 35. Not too bad. It's been a good stream so far. I think we'll go 2 hours tonight. We'll do a little war. Maybe it's up to you. Maybe it's up to you guys. We're little greasy bombs. Maybe we'll keep going. But we've got a war on our hands. This is called a tour. Looks like they're building up all the stages. I don't know if am I in war right now? Okay. So you see that over here? I have to, first of all, what I do is when I start every war is I summon everything in my arsenal. So I'm summoning all the animals. You can also rally the army. So we're going to get them all together. And I have to see those leeches over there. Those leeches prevent me from spawning things. So I have to take out these leeches.
I got some special missions to give out.
And I think it's... Let's summon a Zeppelin on its fucking head. I'm really hungry, by the way. This is... I didn't eat before the stream, so I apologize. My energy is not where I want it to be. Maybe that's not the protocol here. I know you can do something to take out these leeches. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Is we're gonna send them all there to take out that leech, so we can summon more troops. So all these guys are gonna come over here and remove this leech, and they're just gonna fly away. Are these my... I don't think these are my guys. Are they? No, they're not my guys. So let's show you one of the... You gotta use this at any chance. This is the face melter. This just completely wipes out mobs. All their faces melt off. It's great. So we are going to create a fan tribute. And guys, I'm probably going to lose this war because I'm still remembering all the minutia of things. But you want these summon more different types of troops, and you have to set various rally points. So I like to carry my guys with me, so I'm gonna tell them to come over here. You have to be very active in moving them around, because like the tide can turn really quickly. So we're building more of these sets here. And I think I can turn into a demon. I forget. Okay, so now that you build these, you can start summoning squads. So we've got a certain amount of things I can do here. And then I can upgrade. The more fans you have, you can build a bigger stage. And I believe the stage is like the tower you're supposed to defend. Because right now, like, things are attacking or trying to get to the tower to attack it. So it's a bit complex. But it'll make sense when we get further into it. So I'm going to try and rally the troops over here. And get rid of these leeches so we can get more fans, which is like our currency for how many troops we can build. And then we've got a war going on over here. There's a way I can turn into a demon. I just forgot how to navigate as a demon. But one of the things you want to do is come over to your troops and do a little face melter. And that's going to really take apart all the enemies and just break up the big grouping. And also another thing is, like, when you get closer to your troops, like these metalheads here, you want to do a battle cry, because that like gives them double attack, so they can just chew through all those emo guys. I know it sounds like I'm going crazy here, but this is all stuff that's happening right now. So I'm gonna turn the focus over here, and some of my ground troops. So how do I summon those again? It wasn't select. It was. I gotta. Okay, yeah, we're gonna get a couple more of these. I got a head splitter, some fire barons, which are like the best, thunderhogs. So we're gonna rally them over there, and they're gonna take care of that big slug. Yeah, Eddie can fly. I just forget how to make Eddie fly. Oh, here it is. You have to click in that. So yeah, you can kind of split up your attention and help out your troops. So yeah, you can high, low, and then we're gonna build these headbangers. The headbangers are really cheap. The Razor Girls are great too. They're like my favorite troop. But so we're gonna turn over here, and then I think I have to go on the ground for Eddie to play guitar solos. So once you get one of these spawn points, you have to build basically a podium where the fans will populate. That's how it goes. Okay, we're remembering things now. Now we'll direct all the attention over there and tell them, like, go that way. Okay. And we can upgrade the stage, but it costs 350 fans. My load, that load was fucking huge, to quote Mike Matei. So we got some troops over here. As I said, I like to go over in the middle of them, play a quick face melter, help out the troops. Because the AoE on that face melter is fantastic. And then you can also do things like tear them up with your magic. But since I got all my guys over here in one spot, you want to do a battle cry to invigorate them. The problem is they get away from you so quickly, but it looks like the range on that's pretty good. And always make sure, so we're going to get some bouncers in here. We'll get a couple of bouncers. You want to bring your troops up to speed. And since, let's make sure that, yeah, all my troops are kind of hanging back there guarding point. But I want to bring them up and take out the enemy spawn points. So we're going to rally the troops up this way. And all the, like, idle guys are going to come up this way. Alright, so we just got some face smashers here. And I'm trying to survey the area. So these are my guys. They're just hanging out. We've got some rally points all over. So they're guarding point here. Ooh, we've got big guys headed our way. So let's turn the attention right over there. And hopefully our guys will start rushing the stage. I think they're waiting on the wave, though. Okay, so we got to take out some towers. There's another thing over here. Go. So let's get him over here and take out this leech. Where'd my guys go? Are they being attacked? Come on, dudes. What are you doing?
Jump on, man.
Alright. Get that leech. Go! Alright, so we've got... Our guys are finally moving, but they're getting attacked over here. So what I like to do is get on the ground real quick, do a face melter, just to break up the troops, and then they can focus all their efforts on the big guys. Also, do one of these. And maybe we'll summon a Zeppelin, because I think I got one of those in reserve. Alright, yeah. Let's do a Zeppelin. Just throw everything you can at them. Damn, they cleaned them up real good. And then here comes the Zeppelin. Laying down flames across the field. Alright. Guys, go this way. Goons. There it is. There they go. Sorry, like, it's really hard to control this because there's like 7 different things going on here. We're gonna upgrade our stage. The roadies. The roadies have like these giant speakers, somewhat like Mad Max. So we rallied that. I'm gonna come over here, build a stage, or build a podium. Like, I don't see why... It's not so bad. It's really not that bad. It's just, there are a ton of controls. And then I have to fly around the stage and make sure nobody is attacking this. This is like my... The stage itself is like your essence, so you can lose if the stage falls. Now, we're going to send all of our troops up this way and try and ambush everyone. So, there goes our group. I'm going to try and head him off here. And get down on the ground. Buff everyone. All the time. Because now we got Grim Reapers on fucking horses coming at me. It's a wild game. I know if you've never seen it, you're like, what the hell is going on here? But it'll make sense the more you play into it, for sure. And now we're going to summon all the forest critters to help us. So we've got all the forest creatures. We've got all of our buff dudes. See these guys? I just unlocked them, so they're on my side. And I think I got to just take the enemy's spawn point is what I believe the objective is, so... You just gotta send them up that way.
Everything in that general direction must die.
So we're gonna get the Rock Crusher, which takes so much money. So many fans to do this. And we're going to invigorate everyone. Hopefully I won't die, because I'm in the thick of it. And then we're going to do a little face melter if I can... Oh, no, no, no. No! Okay, my dudes, my fans saved me. Thank God for that. That's one thing. I think you get a certain amount of respawns. Oh, shit. Everyone's there. Okay, let's get some metal heads. Let's get some thunder hogs. We'll send them this way. Actually, what I want to do is you want to gather all your troops beforehand, so they all gather together and you can just send out like one brutal wave. So, but I don't think they're going to listen to that. There goes my squad there, those giant speakers. So let's melt some faces. Yeah, Eddie, get it. You can see these like giant these guys that have these huge speakers on them, but then again, I have those Grim Reapers, and those Grim Reapers just slayed half of my squad. The emo section can be pretty tough. All right, let's get some Fire Barons, some big guys, some knuckleheads. Ooh, but remember this. I always forget this, but Eddie can also help attack all the annoying guys too. So like if the tide is turning against you, you can like use your magic. You can use like lightning and shit like that. So it's an important thing to do. But I'm gonna rally all the troops here before we send out the mob. And we'll get some more thunder hogs. Wild hogs. Okay, so everyone gather together. It's not great. I don't have many troops left. But they're all spawning. They're headed my way. So, and we'll go ahead and send them. Now, here's this dude is probably going to go ahead of everyone. They get so ambitious, but okay. Down this way. Down this way is certain death. So we're going to rally everyone to my location. And once everyone gets here, we're going to do the battle cry. And then we've got... Okay, they're coming for us. So we're going to bring that Zeppelin on. This is a hard solo. And then face melt. And the frames. Where did the frames go, everyone? I got the Rock Crusher here. And I'm casting spells too. Alright, everyone survived that. So, let's go. Let's get them. This is as good as we're gonna get for now. It's a beautiful game. So colorful. Now, there's my Rock Crusher. Do you see this fucking thing? I want that. Go. Go, Rock Crusher. Go. There it goes. There it goes. I'm trying to, like, target all these Grim Reapers. Because they really take out your squad like nothing else. We'll get a couple of those, but these Fire Barons, these Thunder Hogs, that's what you want. And these emo guys keep resurrecting. There's a necromancer on the field, so they're just like resurrecting the emos. All right, keep on boosting. Boost them if you got them. And then we're gonna do a quick face melter just to like get people off the stage. Nice, nice, nice. And then Light of Dawn. I think that what this does is neutralize all the enemy buffs. Oh shit, did we die? We died. That's okay. We'll fly back there. Shit, son. And we got to get everyone on my position now. Dude, why is the Rock Crusher crushing me? Why is the Rock Crusher get out of my face? Alright. We got everyone on my position. Sorry, Chad. I'm not trying to neglect you. This war, I can't really turn my attention away for too long. Okay. Go forward. I think this tower is what I'm after. Is everyone behind me? No. Okay, we're getting close. I think these two towers are what I'm after. Oh, okay, so I need the Rock Crusher. So we need one on the field. We'll bring some other guys too. There's the Rock Crusher. Dude, get over here. We need you. We need your power. Okay, I told him to destroy. Will he listen is the other thing. This is what I need. This is the Rock Crusher, but it's getting caught. There he goes. Just push him all the fucking way. Okay, now we're going to Battle Cry. I just got to get that Rock Crusher over there to take out the towers. There it is. There it goes. Are you fucking... it just destroyed my Rock Crusher. Right there. They destroyed it right where I needed it to be. That's not ideal at all. I got to build another one. Right there. So you can see it, they really wiped out my army. So retreat, tactical retreat. Hey, Jeff O'Drill with the gifted memberships. Jeff, thank you so much for supporting the channel. And if you got a gifted membership, show me a Hassie in chat. Show me it.
Oh my God!
Hassie's in chat. We're gonna win this war. And then we're going to tell everyone to gather on my position. So there's my little dudes. There's the Rock Crusher. We got a crew back. We're reinvigorated. Okay. Now we got to take out these emos. And then we're going to send them all down there. Okay. Go that way. All right. Attack. Attack that thing right there. There. There we go. Why? Why? It keeps killing my rock crusher. What the fuck? Well, shit. I'm gonna run out of troops here. We gotta build another one. We just gotta keep building more. Sending them out to die. Yeah, the rock crushers double team is what they're telling me to do, but that's okay. And the enemies just keep showing up. That's okay, I can take them out. Dies. The problem with the RTS is getting the troops to do what you want, because there's so many commands here that I'm a little lost on how to take out those towers. So we'll get all of them. Let's get them all here. It's too bad. And then tell them to gather on my position. Okay. So the main objective is right here.
This is your mark. Sure. Stick with me if you want to live.
Grab my pole. Here. I think I have to hop on the rock crusher. What do you think? Oh my god, I have to hop on the rock crusher, huh? Is this it? Is that what I'm supposed to do? That can't be it. Okay, well, I gotta wait for this to charge back up. It doesn't seem to be having any effect. Okay, what else does it want me to do? Yeah, that's blade hinge assault. Well, that's an use the rock crushers double team to take out the towers. Okay. How do I go about that? Because that's a rock crusher. So I got the right thing. And then what we're going to do is... Hold! Hold! I don't want him to die. It just instantly wipes out my rock crusher. What is the fucking point? If anyone in chat knows how to use the rock crusher's special ability... Powerful fight. Invokes the weapon of blade hinge to smite. Like, it doesn't even mention this double team thing. Let me check here. Because we do have a tour book. And I probably should have looked at that earlier. Rock Crusher. It's the ultimate portable stage. When it's time to take the metal to your enemy's front door. Double team. Drive a cool vehicle. Eddie plays the Blade Hinge solo, summoning the Blade of the Metal Gods. Okay. The Fire Baron has... Okay, okay. I guess I have to ride it. That's what the double team is considered. So we have to just fly over there and ride it. Wherever it may be. It's spawning right now. Okay, so we're going to rally all the troops to this position. And once it gets here, I guess I have to ride it into battle. Yeah, I'm supposed to destroy the 2 towers, but when I attempted it the last time, it wasn't recognizing the hit detection, so we'll give it another try, but that's all we can do. Alright, so we're on the Rock Crusher once again. And I don't want to get too close because that happens. That kills me. So there is a limit. There is a spot, a sweet spot. So I have to go from back here to summon it. Damn it! It takes a while to spawn. Chat, thanks so much for joining us today. By the way, gotta leave you that reminder if you're watching now or in the archive. Leave that like, get out of my face. It's been a good stream, a good Ozzy memorial stream so far. We're gonna finish up this war. I'm determined to figure out how to beat this level. And if you haven't already, buy Brütal Legend. It's up on Steam. It's a good walk down memory lane. You got Lemmy from Motorhead in here. You have Rob Halford, Ozzy, Jack Black. You have Tim Curry as the antagonist. Tim Curry is like one of the all-time greatest antagonists. I recently watched, by the way, you guys have Amazon Prime at all? There's something I just learned. On Amazon Prime, they have channels that you can watch, like, just nonstop, like, genre content, right? And one of these channels is a National Lampoon channel. And on this channel, they had Scary Movie 1 and 2 just playing nonstop. And the weirdest part was Scary Movie 1 on the National Lampoon channel was censored. Like, they cut out all the curse words and the sex scenes. There's a really funny sex scene in Scary Movie 1 where Anna Faris is plastered to a wall during one of the sex scenes. But then, when they played Scary Movie 2, it was entirely uncensored. I don't know why. But I forgot that Tim Curry's in that movie. And I think that it's like one of the last like live action movies he did before he had his stroke, unfortunately. And also like Brütal Legend, because like he's still a voice actor, by the way. Tim Curry is like, I think he's like in his late 70s, and he's still kicking. But he mostly does voice roles now. But yeah, he's really funny in that. Okay, guys, I'm using this attack. I've summoned this blade 1,000,000 times. What do they want from me? It says take out the towers. Are there any other towers that you can see? Do I just have to spam them like 5 times? Yeah, Sludag, I had to take out the music because it's 100% copywritten bullshit, and then it would take down the stream, so that's just how it goes sometimes. Like, I'm throwing all these blades at these towers. Do I have to lock on? Is it something that stupid? Or I just have to, like, highlight it? Because the moment I get close to those towers, it explodes. So I'm a little confused on what I need to do. Yeah, I know it's a shame, but yeah, because it's telling me, like, look, I'm attacking these towers. Somebody tell me if I'm approaching this in the right way, because I'm trying to follow the instructions here, but I'm having no luck. And I think I've killed most of the enemy troops. Do I have to just, like, inch closer? I'm too scared. The moment I do, guys, it will blow me to smithereens here. This is as far as I can go. I'll try it again. Somebody, I need a lifeline. I can't really look up how to destroy these towers, but it keeps telling me to use this power. Am I not deep enough in? Oh, okay. It only took 7 times a piece. Maybe I wasn't deep enough in. I have to, like, completely encircle it, but I got one of the towers. Okay, so I gotta wait for the cooldown. There it is. It's just the hitbox. The hitbox was very particular there, but that's okay. I'm happy now. We did it! I feel like I was having a DSP moment there. Like, maybe it was a lot simpler than I was making it out to be, but you know how it be sometimes when you're on a live stream. Okay, everyone. Let's get the troops going. 1 million troops. Oh no, they're bringing out all the big guns. And I'm getting attacked by these crows. Not good. Now the real battle starts. Okay, I need to spawn more. Like, all my guys on my position. Because now they're putting in the heavy hitters. Oh, shit. Alright, alright. Something bad's happening. We're getting assaulted from all angles.
Rock can heal, but sometimes it hurts.
Oh, no. Are these my guys? Nope. They've been turned. My guys have been turned against me. Okay, so I gotta... They've been possessed by the Sea of Black Tears. So to neutralize that, you have to play this song. So I can get my troops back on my side. And then we'll get my animals. Need my animal squad. Oh, shit. Okay, now... we gotta summon the Led Zeppelin. And then we're gonna tell everyone to kill. Yeah, I'm getting slayed big time. My stage is they're trying to siege the stage. And there's Jack Black's girlfriend, essentially. She can show up and really fuck things up too. It's like Dynasty Warriors. There's a big leader, and she's the leader right now. Yeah, my crew is all decimated. She came in and just, like, turned them against me. That's okay.
Bring me their heads. Even
We got these giant tree ants. Those crows. Those crows. Which ones are they attacking now? So they want to go after these podiums, which unfortunately there's not a lot I can do about until my crew spawns. But we're going to get the Druid Plow and go over there and show them what's what. The Druid Plow is kind of OP, so you can kind of get... you can avoid these crows, which is like the main thing. These crows will mess you up real quick. Oh shit. Yeah, they're really close by. Spawn everything. Okay, now, where's my Druid Plow? There it is. Oh, and it just exploded on me. Great.
Okay, I'm building a special forces unit.
Yeah, I stand no chance. Okay, so this is the point where the game kind of gets annoying. They start destroying all your fan towers, which starts gimping you. So you can't spawn any more stuff. And that's no bueno. So we gotta hope that all my guys show up. Send them out. Okay. If I get too close, that's where they start spawning all these rats, and they start spawning all these crows. But that's okay. We've got some support on our side now. We're gonna rally on this point. Oh no, they turned it. That's not good. I'm getting attacked by so many things. Like, this is where you can as I said, things can go south real quick, and I gotta capture those points back. Oh shit. Alright. Just keep spawning people and praying. And then we'll get some beasts on our side. And then hopefully I can spawn the Zeppelin before they kill me. Okay, we got it. Right as I died, I spawned the Zeppelin, so that's good. It should take out a big chunk of their guys. And I'm going to summon the Druid Plow. You just have to constantly micromanage. And you can get overwhelmed pretty quickly, so... Okay. Yeah, they're just right at my gate. Okay, I got one of them.
I don't want to burn my fingers off. Gotta give Clementine a breather.
Bring me their head.
These guys. The enemy is just like frozen in place. I don't know what's up with that. But I guess they're creating a barricade so I can't attack their leader. It's a very interesting phalanx strategy that I've never seen done before. Okay, can I build my tower back? Yes. Gotta win the tide back. I'm surprised they didn't take out my other shit, though. That's kind of cool. And, we got some of these guys. We're gonna send them. Winning this field back. Someone's playing Brutal Legend in 2025. That's right, Cooking Media Studios. We had to pay tribute. It's tough. These battles, I can see why many people didn't like them, because they're really hard to control this amount of troops at once, and then there's a lot of dynamics. So you can see right now that they've summoned that storm, and I think if my guys go in there, they'll get possessed. I got these little ankle biters that killed me. But that's okay, we're going to play that song to brighten the day again. Whenever we get the chance. Oh shit, here they are. Oof. 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 There's something on my head. I'm getting wrecked. We gotta turn this around. Because they're gonna build their stuff right over here, which is next to the stage. I guess I can play a face melter and hope for the best. Yeah. Their phalanx is too good. Well, I'll just bring out the druid plow and do it myself, I guess. Okay, I can summon the Zeppelin now, but I got my ex-girlfriend coming at me here. Gotta get her to go away. Okay, she flew off. Good, good, good. 70 deaths later. Okay, let's get the Zeppelin out of here. Spawn everyone I can. Doing the boost. Their phalanx is too good. I don't know what to say, other than it's not looking good. And they're taking my spawn points too. And I'm dying and dying and dying. Like, they're right up here on the stage. I think we can call it. I think I'm toast. We can try and break this spell by using this. But I can't even finish a solo because they're killing me. It's cool. It's whatever. I'll just accept defeat. We'll accept defeat this time. I lost control of the field. Yeah, the bosses don't have health bars. You just have to kind of eyeball it. But, like, I'm right here at the spawn point and I'm just constantly dying. Okay, so I'm boosting up my guys. I need this spell more than anything because it dispels all the enemies' buffs, which is they're all boosted. So now we actually have a chance at killing them when you do this. We gotta take the field back. It is still possible. The game is not over just yet, but it's tough.
Gotta wait for her to cool down.
Ooh, ooh. I don't know, guys. I might have to, like, redo this war just to have a chance. Because I can't get through this blockade. They're just too good. They're too powerful.
How does that feel? Like the greatest thing that ever happened to you, right?
There we go. We need these puncher guys for sure. I'm just gonna summon a lot of those, the smashers. But look, I only have 74 fans left, so we've gotta do this. I'm sorry. I don't like to reset, but I have nothing I can draw from. Like, I can't spawn any more dudes because they've taken out all my towers. It's sad. But I think I got a better handle on it this time, so it really shouldn't be too bad this time around. So, let's get all of our guys out here. We've got one of the towers, but If you're just joining, I'll kind of explain what's happening. Right now we're going on tour, and tour is essentially the war. And in order to win, you have to like take out all the enemy's troops and then overtake their stage. So my stage is over here. If I let it fall, it's game over. But it takes an excruciatingly long time for that to happen. So sometimes it's better just to call it quits and then try it again. So that's what we're going to do. And I have a certain mana pool that I can use to like spawn people. And that mana pool is fans. And the way you get fans is by retaking these like zones from these little leeches here. So I got a better handle on it. I think we're going to take it out. I'm not going to let them overtake the field like I did on the last one. And we're going to rally the troops over here. I'm going to take out these emos. I melted all their faces. We're looking good this time around. So we're rallying all the troops on that point. And then I've got to build these podiums, and these podiums like allow me to have more fans. And the more fans, the better, the bigger the army I can build. So yeah, I got a handle on this. I think we're gonna do just fine. Yeah, Swagmaster, you remember these battles being tough. Yeah, they're really tough when it's been like almost 10 years since you've played this game. Something like that. It's been a long time, so I had to reacquaint myself with how it all worked, and it's not terrible, I'll say that, but it ain't easy either. And I don't think I ever took this point, so we're gonna get some dudes over here, and we'll send them over. So, over this way. And as Jack Black, you're also a demon. So, you have to utilize, like, jumping from different parts of the stage. Now, I want to send everyone over here. So, we'll rally them on this point. Hopefully they'll all show up. There we go. Head that way. Light marks the spot. Okay, we got a whole big squad coming. So I'm going to summon some animals. And there are a bunch of emos, thankfully, so I can melt some faces. Rally on that spot. Okay. Not too bad this time around. There's the slow-mo kills. Now, my squad is like embarrassingly small, so we gotta get more fans. Okay. Now we've got all the podiums built. So the next thing I'm going to do is rally all my troops in one spot before I go rushing. I also have to build that crusher, because that's the only way to advance this stage. Now I know how to use it. So that's all good. But you have to increase your stage in order to spawn the like later stuff, so I'm My stage is under construction back there, so we can go over here. They're working on it. So let's tell everyone to meet up that way. This is my squad. Pretty good amount of characters for a PS3 game. I'll give it that. So we gotta wait for everyone else to catch up. And let's get this rock crusher built. I think I have to wait on the third stage. And there's another wave coming up this way. So we're going to boost up our guys and hope they don't die before I finish this. We're also going to help them out by melting faces. So we go into the fray over here and do a quick face melter. Face melter is like one of your quickest spells you can pop off there. And it takes out tons and tons of like little what is it, like soldiers, emo soldiers. And then I'm summoning the Led Zeppelin, so that's gonna crash into the stage, rain fire down upon everyone. And then once again boost up our troops. And now I should have the stage built so I can build the rock crusher. And then these bouncers are invaluable, so I'm going to be sending everyone up here. So rally on this point. Everyone rally on this point. Hopefully I'll get that rock crusher. I have to ride that into battle. That's too bad, Ivan. The stream layout's here to stay. I ain't changing it for anyone. Come on, guys. Let's get over this way. MD Chaos says these bosses don't really have any health bars. That's right. They really leaned into the minimal UI thing, maybe to the game's detriment, but that's okay. Let's ride this a little closer here. So there's a wave before we get there. So I'm going to send the light up that way. Tell everyone to rally on this point. And before I do, we're going to boost them up. And then we'll bring up these dudes. This is where it's at. You gotta summon the sword circle right there and destroy the whole field. Does a ton of damage too. Okay, we got to get another rock crusher. We just got it destroyed, but that's all right. We're breaking through their ranks. But the moment we do, we're on high alert. So let's send a couple of these guys, and then we'll rally them up that way. And use Jack Black when you can to cast some magic. There are some annoying enemies that really your guys can't really do a lot of damage on. There's like a little rock, paper, scissors thing going on with what people are strong against, you know, that sort of thing. Okay, send them up. Let's go. DMC Master, you know what's up. Yeah, this is not a great battle, but it's what we're dealing with right now. Do you think Brütal Legend 2 will happen, says Cookin' Master? No. I'm just going to be honest with you. I want it to happen, but I just don't think in this modern gachapon day and age of gaming, where everything is like kind of split up in a DLC and other shit like that, I just don't think Double Fine makes actual games, okay? Double Fine makes great games with lots of great content and full. Like, what you buy, you get the full game. And they're almost incompatible with the modern era. But, on the other hand, Psychonauts 2 did happen. They kept their word, and hell or high water, they made it happen. So, maybe I shouldn't count them out. But Brütal Legend 2 was in development. I don't know how far along it was, but Brütal Legend 2, while they were still at EA, like while the game just released, they were working on Brütal Legend 2 because they thought it was going to be a smash hit. And then EA put the kibosh on that. EA canceled it mid-development. And I think they had some plans, like they were going to use some of the stuff they recorded for Ronnie James Dio in it, but it never came to pass, we'll say. I wish it did. There's an alternate universe where we play Brütal Legend and it has a better RTS mode. But we're not in that reality. In fact, we're in the bad the bad timeline. So sorry to drop that here. Yeah, we actually got the shitty reality after they enabled the Hadron Collider and then altered the timeline and created the Mandela effect. Yeah, that's the timeline we're on the post-Mandela. Watch Steins Gate if you want to know more. Okay, my rock crusher's going right up there. We're going to do our best to make it up there before these Grim Reapers try and destroy it. I got to take out this tower on the right. Once I do, shit's about to get real, so... Hopefully... Okay, we took it out. That's all I wanted to do. Now, rally on me. Okay, this is going to be really, really tough. Because this is when their troop leader comes out and all the fuckery starts happening. Rally on me. The AI does not like to listen. That's one thing I've learned about this. We got those giant trees and they're spawning those crows. Not great. So, what I found to be the most successful strategy in these shitty war battles is constantly throwing everything, just like never letting up, and telling them to like converge on one area. So keeping a battle flag in one spot and then just constantly spawning troops before they have a chance to recover. It ain't easy though. These fucking crows are the bane of my existence though. And even getting in the Druid Plow is not advisable. And I have to constantly boost up my guys. But the boss of the level also shows up, and did she kill me? Nope. Yeah, she killed me. Once she shows up, all bets are off.
Everything in that general direction must die. Look up there.
Oh my god.
That's right. Killer.
Yeah, so she just showed up and just slayed me right there. I don't really know what the strategy is to like keep her off your back, but what I do know is you gotta be constantly pumping out these troops. They took out one of my towers already. Not ideal. Let me fly. Okay, my guys are rebuilding it. That's good.
Stay here and look alert. Everything in that general direction must
Okay. There's just so many. It's so bad. Look how swamped we are. This is fucked. At least I melted some faces, I hope. Yeah, we're so swamped already. And they've taken out all my towers. This is what I'm talking about. I spawn, I die. I spawn, I die. That's how quickly they can just overturn everything. This is nuts. This is not. This is even worse than before. What was I thinking? They killed me. Is this supposed to happen this way? Don't tell me this was a story-driven thing. Okay, that's a defeat. I'll check and see if there's a checkpoint, but if there's not, I don't think I'm going to be able to beat this tonight. I don't want to end things on a sour note, though. I still had fun. Yeah, they're going to make me redo this whole thing, so I don't know. I don't think we're going to do it again. Sorry, folks. Sorry, folks. I'll read a little bit of chat and we'll call it for tonight's cool stream. New video is coming out this week. And some new shorts, I guess. I'm a shorts guy now. But thanks for joining tonight. Thanks for the super chats and thanks for the memberships, as always. Wednesday nights at 5 p.m. Cool stream, Central Time. We got 42 people, 44 people in here strong. Thanks a lot for showing up. R.I.P. Ozzy, for real. Let me read a little chat and we'll get out of here. Sorry. We couldn't beat this. This was just a tough mission in general. It's like one of the late stage wars, and I just didn't have everything prepared. So, yeah, I could feel the frustration watching this. It was a good one, though. Well, thank you so much, MD Chaos. I don't know what my younger self was on that I could manage this, but I got overwhelmed on that second one. I destroyed both of those towers, and then I just got completely taken out here. DMC Master said, they didn't show off the RTS stuff. They only showed it off a few weeks before release and on Spike TV. Right. I believe there's only like 4 RTS missions and then there's like a whole online component built around it. But I mean, they are what they are. You can't like turn back time and make this a better game. I would say, like, in spite of the RTS missions, it's a solid game, and it's definitely worth playing. But I don't know. You got to get your practice in, and you can't lose control of the field. That's all I can say. It is really tough. It's the last war, says DMC Master. No wonder. No wonder. So this is technically the last war, the last RTS battle, and it was giving me a real tough time. But you can't win them all. But I've been Hikiko. Thank you so much, everyone, for always tuning in on these Wednesday streams. We try and like change it up and play a Western game every once in a while. But yeah, look forward to my new video. If not, you know, you haven't, hit the bell, get the noties on so you know when it goes live. If you're on Patreon, I'll be posting it up there first, so you guys will get it first. So always appreciate that. What else can I say other than if you've watched this far, you got to comment down in the comments below. It's the secret passphrase is face melter. So if I see face melter, I know you're a real one. And check out Brütal Legend. It's on Steam. You know, bear with the RTS portions. They're not all this bad. I just so happen to pick out the most difficult one to show off on the stream. Basically, the worst representation of what this game truly holds, because it does have a lot of heart and soul. And, you know, in spite of the craziness, it's not bad. It's not this bad. It's not this tough. But I just so happen to pick a tough one. Anyway, thanks all. See y'all next time. Bye-bye.